And welcome back. Thomas Miller, Fun Astrology, Tuesday, April 30th. So this is going to be the first day of all of our big planets for 2019 in retrograde. Okay, I don't want to overcomplicate this, so I thought we would just have a bottom line. What are you supposed to do? How do you think about this? What's the game plan? Because everything that set up this year, that is Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, now Saturn conjunct or sitting on top of the South Node. That was the big setup for this year. Now we're going into the summer retrograde period. All of those planets are now in retrograde. They look like they're moving backwards. I've got to say, I mean, from a pure how you would look at this through normal eyes, it would be ominous, because now the spotlight has completely started to shine within you. Referenced that great piece by the Astrology King, astrologyking.com. Jamie Partridge writes a great blog on astrology. And we read just a couple of paragraphs of what he was talking about relative to Saturn's influence on karma. But the way I've been looking at this, I guess all along, is pretty much from the eyes of where we are right now. And that is to use this entire experience of 2019 to focus inside, focus on yourself, focus on your growth, focus on your soul's path. And I know there's probably some confusion around that. How do you do it? What do you do? What does that mean? So let's break that down today. Since this is the first full day in this energy, it's going to be with us until September. August, I think, is mid-August is when Jupiter turns around and goes direct. And then a month later, Saturn restations. And by the way, this is all normal business. All of these outer planets, the slower moving planets, all do this once a year. We just happen to have this amazing alignment with Pluto and Saturn and the South Node all in Capricorn, which is Saturn's home sign. See, that alignment of all of those together, I don't know when the last time that happened, but the last time that Pluto was in Capricorn, Pluto takes 240 years to go around the entire zodiac's wheel circle. The last time that Pluto entered Capricorn was 1763, 13 years before America became a country. And for most of that year, Saturn was in Taurus. So you just have not had, I mean, that's what I've said. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this kind of karmic work. How do you view astrology? I view astrology, I'll give you my little 2 cents worth. I view astrology as where the energy is to focus on. These are little energy vortexes, little energy spotlights, if you will. And it's shining over here, and then it's shining over here in this area of your life. And the moon comes around, and you get a little blip over here. And all of these create little energy spots in various areas of your life. And that's why your life is not consistent from day to day. So astrology to me is an awareness, consciousness. It's an awareness of where those energy spotlights are, so that you can decide what you're going to do with it. You can ignore it. You can intend that it's not going to have an impact, and I think that's very powerful. And you can lean into positive energy and intend that that energy is going to support you. You can, like if there's some negative or challenging energy, you can just take a little break. If your life is set up that way, I mean, sometimes you can't, okay? So you're just aware of it. You've heard me talk on here about counting to 5 on some days. Some days you just want to be a little less communicative or less challenging. Don't press issues on certain days. Other days, great days to press issues. Great days to deal with relationship challenges. Great days to focus on money. That's how I use it. That's how I interpret it. And that's how I play with it. So what we have here is the ultimate once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do all kinds of spiritual, karmic, soul-based work. And I think at the foundation of that is awareness. So just by hearing this, you are way ahead of the pack. because most people are not aware of this. And the nature of Saturn and Pluto is when you are not aware and not cooperative. Keep in mind, they are representative of that part of your life that wants to take you to higher ground, spiritually, soul-based. So when you are aware of that and you're working with it, then it's going to help guide you. When you're not, it's going to have to bash you up against the side of the head with a 2x4. And I spent most of my life in that position. That's all in my Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast. Talk about all of that, where I was just not aware of the process and resisting by nature. So that's what they will do. And I went through a lot of challenges. So this is the time to be awake and aware. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the good luck planet, is now introspective. So your plans and what you would like to do and shine and be and grow in your life is now looking at the base of that. Why are you wanting to do it? What is the foundation you're building on? Squaring that up, making sure that it's in place. Jupiter will challenge you on your motivations. I think Jupiter retrograde is mostly about motivations. And then we have now Saturn and Pluto, and the South Node is always in retrograde. So Saturn and Pluto are now, all of this is pointing inwards. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to look at? What are you willing to challenge? What are you willing to let go of? What are you willing to examine? And are you willing to really roll up your sleeves and do the work? That's what it's asking. That's what this energy is all about. So it's better, in my perspective, to be on the alignment side of that. So what can you do? We've talked about it. Journal, meditate more, go for walks and be thinking about this and asking for awareness, ask for the universe to show you particular areas that need to be examined. Whenever you face or feel resistance, whenever you don't want something, fill in the blank, whatever you're resisting, really work on that. That's where all arrows are pointing. Are you willing to let go of resistance? Are you willing to let things be? And then my favorite tool in my toolbox is do the opposite. So when those areas come up and something isn't working or there's a challenge in a particular area, for me, the best way to look at it is to just turn it 180 degrees, see what that looks like, and then find the answer somewhere in between. Being awake and alert is the key right now, and boy, are the stars aligned for that. I hope this helps. We'll keep talking about it. I'm not going to beat it into the ground. We'll talk about some alignments tomorrow, but man, this is the time to cash in. We can really do some work. We can raise our own vibe, and in doing so, we will raise the vibration of the planet. You know, people talk about saving the earth. You know how you save the earth? We save the earth by me raising my vibration and you raising yours and spreading the message. Tell your friends about this podcast, too. Would love to have them jump in and join us.